Today is part 2 of my podcast with the owner and operator of OMNI AURA Light Therapy. He goes by many names: Saya, Silence, the Tribal Monk, Drum Boodha. He's a very good friend of mine. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show, Shahbaz Mansoory. Welcome, Shahbaz.
How you doing, man?
Good, man. So we did a first part that we released last week where we spoke about OMNI AURA studio and light therapy and all that. And then today we kind of wanted to go into your story, the man behind OMNI AURA. Yeah, let's start at the beginning. So you were born.
I was born in Montreal, Canada. Many years back. And then I moved out of Montreal, moved to Ottawa, the capital city of Canada. And then somehow ended up coming back and doing a lot of things in Montreal because of you, basically. I was playing the drum out here in Ottawa. We had a common friend, Bobby, and he introduced us. I met you in 2002, I think I met you, 2001 or 2002. 18, 19 years it's been. And what a strong relationship we've had, because I've learned so much from you. And you are one of the main reasons for the story that developed in my life. Everything that happened in India, all the experiences that I had, triggered off from everything that we manifested in Montreal together. And when I met you for the first time, you guys had a whole setup. You know, you had Acid Pro running, Sony Acid Pro, and I saw that for the first time, and I was like, I didn't understand basically what was going on. You guys were creating music. And then through you, I got to frequent so many studios in Montreal. If people don't know, Montreal is a city of studios. There's all types of music being recorded there, all types of genres of music being recorded there. With you, we recorded in numbers of studios: Piccolo, Planet, Victor Studios, Pop Studio in Villeneuve, Summit Studio, and then a lot of pre-production all over the city. Bad News is a studio in Oldport. We created an album. We shot a video. And we manifested how and what it was going to be like once I got there. A lot of things that we had thought of didn't happen, and a lot of things that I never expected happened. And I'll tell you honestly that it was a life-changing journey for me. So basically what we did was we recorded tracks together, had that video, and I took off to India. My first percussions were dholaks and tablas. And then I kind of progressed into kit drumming and this and that, but it was always hand percussions that kind of rolled. And then the djembe came into my life. And when the djembe came in, that was the one instrument that I felt I could infuse with modern day house music or dance music. And that idea started developing when I met you.
One of the projects that was closest to my heart, writing and, together and writing this kind of Indian style of music, which was really, really cool. And I remember, we produced a bunch of songs together, but then we decided that we picked our three favorite, and then we made a video with one of them. There was John Dichter who filmed a video. Dorfin Films.
That was a crazy experience too. I mean, that was the first time I had ever shot a video.
And he did a fantastic job, and that was, and then basically you got on a plane and went to India for 10 years or something, right? I did have the pleasure of going to India to meet you and that was just amazing.
That was a great time.
Yeah, that was really awesome. So you want to tell me about you're in Montreal. Sorry, you're actually in Ottawa at the time. You were in Montreal. You went back to Ottawa, packed up your stuff, had this demo disc, had the video, got on a plane, and went to India. You want to start there?
Yeah, exactly. So there was a common friend here in Canada that knew an individual down there called Ish Bector. And he had been there for a few years. He was originally from Winnipeg. So he was a Canadian guy that was out there doing the same thing that I was about to go and do. Because he had already been there, what he had done was he had gone into this acting school and stuff. So he had made a lot of relationships right deep into the industry. I land there and we get a place together. And what he does is he's going to an event, because it was a land of events. That's where you go to make relationships, build your professional connections. And he goes, there's two of my friends that are getting engaged, and there's a party there, and I'm gonna get you to perform there. Are you willing to do that? And this is like the third day that I'm in India right now. And I'm like, absolutely. I mean, I'm looking to play. He explained to me who was all going to be there and what was going to happen. And he was naming off names to me. Now it's like me sitting here and you saying to me, we're going to go to a party and there's going to be Keanu Reeves and Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise and you'll see Al Pacino and Robert De Niro and all this, you know. And I'm sitting there. The translation of basically who's going to be there in Indian film royalty, actually you can call it, or celebrities, you know. So we get to the venue, and it's a media event outside. First, there's like the club's inside, and outside there's this whole garden area. And because the media is there, there's a photo op session and this and that. And there's flashlights going on. There's people coming, there's celebrities coming in and out, and there's a lot of activity happening there. I have my drum. I kind of slither my way into the club. Ish had released a track at that time, and he was already known to the media, and he was working with certain people. So he got caught up in the media frenzy because people were like, Ish, Ish, Ish. I waited for Ish to come in, and he took me straight to the DJ booth. I sit down, they plug me in, put the mic in, and I start to play. And I'm looking around here, and now I'm seeing all these people while I'm playing.
Yeah, do you want to name? Do you want to name some of those actually? Because we do have a lot of Indian listeners. Do you want to?
Well, the biggest. As soon as I walked in, it was okay. So it was Adam Bedi and Nisha Harale's engagement. So Nisha Harale was the Miss Mumbai of 1996. She, she was one of the first. She got crowned by Salman Khan, and Salman Khan is considered like the Sylvester Stallone of India. He's enormous, one of the biggest actors out there. She got crowned by him. She was coming from humble beginnings too, got into the industry, and she was getting married to Adam Bedi, who is the son of Kabir Bedi. Now, Kabir Bedi is this international star. I mean, there's Indian stars, and then there's stars that are international. He was known first and foremost in Italy as there's a TV serial called Sandokan. They had kind of made an offspin of it in America called Shogun, prior to the Caribbean type of thing. It was a TV serial, and it was like the number one thing in Italy. Then he did a lot of stuff in America. He did the James Bond movie. I think it was Octopussy. He plays a villain in that. And then he did Bold and the Beautiful for a lot of years. Like he was right across with Hunter Tylo, and he plays this Arabian prince. When he said Adam Bedi, I was expecting to see his father. I had grown up watching Kabir Bedi. So I walk in and I see Kabir Bedi standing right there giving an interview. You know, a rush comes over me. I got this starstruck type of feeling. And right behind him is Shekhar Kapur. Now, Shekhar Kapur is the guy who made the movie Elizabeth and won an Oscar for that. So when I saw there and I saw his face, I was like, oh my God, what's going on? So as I start playing, the media subdues, everyone starts coming in, the party starts taking off, okay? Now that the responsibility of the media and everything's done, everyone starts getting a little loose, the drink starts coming in, the attention starts coming towards the DJ, and me playing the drum. Nisha Harale, being her party and her being engaged, literally took her heels off and came in front of me and started dancing, and she was dancing there for like a whole hour, and she's giving me a lot of love. So getting back to this party, I'm there, and as you say, like a model gets discovered. I kind of got discovered in a certain regard, where I was in the right place at the right time with the right clique of people that were in the industry, like the main people that are movers and shakers, owners of clubs and stuff, were there, and I got a booking immediately right there that night, based on what people were responding to, right? And I got into a place called Squeeze. I played there, and that's where I bumped into Himesh Reshammiya.
I've seen you tape up your hands. I've seen your hands bleeding, and you're sitting down to play another hour where your drum is covered in blood.
Blood, yes. I have pictures of that. That's what was causing a lot of reaction to a lot of people too, actually. As I was playing, the adrenaline builds up, and at that time, I had no tape. I had not brought tape with me. My hands started bleeding, man. And my whole drum was red. I was in complete euphoria. I could not feel anything because the music, Nisha was dancing there, and there was all this energy being poured on us. And that at that moment, I'm numb to the pain. So I get booked to Squeeze, and that's where I meet Himesh Reshammiya. So Himesh Reshammiya is one of those music directors that saw success that everyone kind of yearns for. It was the Beatlemania success. And I just landed there, and he had dropped a song called Ashik Banaya, which gave him the Vocalist of the Year award. And it was the first time where you were seeing, in a long time, you were seeing a music director becoming a musical artist. And he featured himself in the music video. As he was in the process of becoming big, he was making music videos, and he asked me to be a part of one of his music videos because he saw me playing the drum, and he wanted to put that into the video because it was something new that he had seen. So he books me for this video. I get a call to go to Film City at the helicopter launching pad outside. So there's Film City. It's built. It's on acres, and there's like hills and mountains, and it's a very vast studio. So we're going through all these hills and stuff. We get up to this helicopter pad thing, and that's where as soon as I get up there, I just see the whole set up. It's about 7:00 in the morning. The main lead female was being launched in this film, and she was getting her makeup done. I went there. I got introduced. This time, the world didn't know her. Didn't really know who she was. And she turned out to be Deepika Padukone, who is the #1 leading actress right now in India. You guys probably here in America or North America probably have seen her. If you've seen any of the Fast and Furious, she was in Fast and Furious 7, the Indian girl with Vin Diesel.
Okay, so Shahbaz, you toured, I mean, all over, not only just all over India, but I mean, Europe. You've played in so many places, Middle East, all that stuff. So you want to kind of tell the listener a little bit about that.
So when I got to India, and obviously the populations there were much bigger, and I got an opportunity to start playing with Himesh after I did the videos as he toured India. So we did New Delhi, Pune, Bombay, Hyderabad. So we did the cities. Now I didn't know what I was in for. So as soon as we get up on stage, the whole orchestra is in the back, and then there's dancers in the middle, and he comes up, and my chair is basically parallel with where he is standing on the stage, and in front of me there's 30,000 people, and when I mean 30,000, they're roaring. So he goes out, crowd goes off, and he starts to sing. As he started to sing, goes on, I start playing. I see dolly cranes of cameras crossing us. Like cranes, and they're all mechanically being moved around. There's a full production happening, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, "This is incredible. this is a dream come true." I did that 5 times with him.
So why don't you tell us about some of those other amazing large events that you did, and some of the other celebrities that you met?
I got booked for John Cena, and at this time, John Cena was the WWE champion. WWE was very big in India at that time. There was a craze for John Cena, and we got booked at a mall called Crossroads. So they emptied the mall out. We came from the back, and as soon as I got up on stage, I looked, and it is packed, brother. Like people on people, and it is pandemonium again. And there's an elevator that comes. It's like a glass elevator. It's kind of like that Michelle Pfeiffer scene from Scarface. You know, with her entry. It's identical to that. So I'm on stage. I've never seen John Cena either in my life. I'm getting excited myself because I want to see John Cena. I know who John Cena is, right? So he comes down in this glass thing, and as soon as he's come down, he's got his belt up like this, and the crowd just erupts, right? I would say there's a good...
He brought his belt, yeah?
Well, yeah, he had to, right? Because he was the champion. It was WWE.
Like I know, but he was promoting his rap.
You have to understand, he was in full... He had his shirt off and everything.
Okay, because I didn't know where the line, because he said he was promoting his rap album, so I didn't know.
As John Cena, the WWE champion.
Wow, okay. Cool.
As WWE, he came in character as WWE. Like, when he's a rapper, he's John Cena the rapper. He's not taking on an avatar or anything like that. You know, he's not really changing or becoming like, so it was a WWE event. He gets up on stage and starts rapping and starts going on. And at the same time, I'm there and I'm playing the drum on the rap on top of that. Then after the event, got to chill with him very briefly because there's just too many people around him at that time. Mobb Deep came down to promote their Blood Money album, which was signed by, at that time, G-Unit. 50 Cent had just exploded. And the first thing that he had done after becoming 50 Cent, the big guy, was he re-signed Mobb Deep to this album. And Mobb Deep came to India for some reason. I have no idea why Mobb Deep was in India promoting this album. Basically, we were with the MTV crew, and the whole exercise was to meet them We're gonna go and play basketball in a court. They're gonna film that. Then we were gonna go eat with them in a restaurant, and then we were gonna go to the studio and watch them. By the time that we did the basketball exercise, and then we went to the restaurant. By the time we got to the restaurant, there's a familiarity that had happened. You know, they're calling us, "Hey, boss," like now talking to us with our name. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to Havoc on the street of Bombay.